Welcome to lecture 2 of investment account. So today we will solve first question of investment account based on all the points and concepts I made you write in the summary in the last lecture. So understand it thoroughly well. First we discuss the entire question. On 1/1/2020, 406% debentures of rupees 100 each of ABB Limited were held as investments. Were held means you can say it is opening balance of investments. They were held means it is opening balance of investments. Now, in nominal value, what we will record is 400 into 100, 40,000. We record face value in nominal value column. So 400 into 100, that is 40,000. Now by Mr. Vinod at a cost of 36,400. So in cost or capital column, what we will record is 36,400. Okay, in cost or capital column, what we will record is 36,400. Interest is payable on 30th September and 31st March every year. Since interest is paid 2 times every year, 6 months interest will be received on due date. If it is 1 time in a year, full year's interest would be received on that due date. 2 times in a year means 6 months interest will be paid on due dates. If quarterly it is there, 3 months gap, then 3 months interest each would be paid on the due dates. Quarterly means 3 months, half yearly 2 dates are given means 6 months, only 1 date is given means yearly 1 time interest would be paid. What are the due dates? 30th September, 31st March. These are called hidden transactions. Interest is always a hidden transaction. Means we will have to insert this interest in the chronological order. Wherever the interest falls in chronological order on 30th September or 31st March, we will insert that date in between in the chronological order. You'll understand once we discuss it further. On 1/4/2020, rupees 8,000 means directly it's the nominal value of such debentures were purchased by Vinod at rupees 98 each, come interest. First of all, 8,000 is the nominal value, 100 is the face value per debenture, means 8,000 divided by 100. Do it 8,000 divided by 100. Can I say 80 debentures are purchased? I repeat, rupees 8,000 means 8,000 is the nominal value. It will directly come in nominal value column. How many debentures are purchased? 8,000 divided by 100. 80 debentures are purchased. Purchased. PP. You all remember PP? Purchase and profit will come on debit side. So purchase means it will be recorded on debit side. At rupees 98 each, come interest. But we have to record X interest in capital column. So X interest price will have to be found out. If X interest price is directly given, well good. But if come interest price is given, then X interest price we are supposed to find out, because we always have to record which amount in the capital column. I made you write in the summary, cross check that. X interest price is what we have to record in the capital column. Okay, once again I repeat. 1st April 2020, rupees 8,000 is the nominal value of such debentures. So 8,000 divided by 100. How many debentures are purchased? 80. Since they are purchased, they will be recorded on the debit side of investment account. At rupees 98 each, come interest price is given. So X interest price we will have to find, because what we will be writing in the capital column is X interest price. On 1st September 2020, again rupees 12,000 means it is the nominal value of debentures. Now 12,000 divided by 100. 120 debentures are sold. Sold means they will be recorded on credit side, because PP, purchase and profit, debit side, everything else credit side. So sold means it will be recorded on credit side. At rupees 96, X interest. X interest itself is what we have to record in the capital column. So this will be directly recorded in capital column. Unlike the previous transaction, Where cum interest price was given X interest, we have to find. Here X interest is directly given, so that will be recorded in capital column. Now 1st December. Now can I say between 1st September and 1st December, this 30th September will fall. That will come in chronological order in between. That's why I told you these are hidden transactions. We have to insert them in between. They are not mentioned anywhere that 30th September we are receiving interest. But it's mentioned in the question 30th September is the due date. So we have to automatically remember that 30th September we would have received interest. So insert in between. When we solve the question after 1st September, we will record on 30th September interest transaction. Then we will go to 1st December. I repeat, when we solve the question after 1st September, we will record 30th September's entry of receiving the interest. Then we will go to 1st December's transaction. Now what is the transaction on 1st December? Rupees 16,000 again means it is the nominal value of debentures. Now 16,000 divided by 100, we can say 160 debentures were sold. Sold means again you'll write on the credit side PP, purchase and profit debit side, everything else credit side. So sold means it will be recorded on the credit side. Now 99, cum interest. Cum interest. So we will have to find X interest price, because we always record which amount in capital column? X interest price. On 31st December 2020, again rupees 20,000 means it is the nominal value. Debentures, now 20,000 divided by 100, 200 debentures were purchased, PP, debit. Purchased, so it will be recorded on debit side. At rupees 95, fantastic, X interest. X interest, so directly we will record X interest price in the capital or cost column. Now, assume brokerage at 0.1% of nominal value of rupees 100 each in each case. Brokerage, what will you do? Remember this. Brokerage, what you will do? Remember this. You are studying this since childhood of commerce. That whenever we buy any investment, whenever we purchase any investment, brokerage gets added. Whenever we sell any investments, brokerage gets subtracted. Okay. So throughout this question, wherever we are purchasing on 1st April and on 31st December, we will add the brokerage. Wherever we are selling on 1st September and 1st December, we will minus the brokerage. The stocks were quoted at rupees 97.5 as on 31st December 2020. So what is this 31st December 2020 97.5? It is the closing date's market price, and we have to record always the investments at cost price or market price, whichever is less. So we will be comparing the cost price with this 97.5 rupees. If cost price is less, well and good, and I told you if market price is less, further the loss will be recorded on credit side. So what is this 97.5? It is the market price, and it will help us in making that comparison, cost price or market price, whichever is less. Prepare investment account for 6% debentures of ABB Limited in the books of Mr. Vinod for the year ended. Now year ended is 31st December 2020. Ignore income tax. Once again, see which two transactions are hidden. Okay, which two transactions are hidden? 30th September and 31st March. Okay, we are going to receive interest on these two dates. 30th September we inserted between 1st September and 1st December. Where would you insert 31st March? Between 1st January and 1st April, 31st March would come. Between 1st January and 1st April, 31st March would come. So after 1st January 2020, again on 31st March we will receive the interest. Then we will record the transaction of 1st April. So keep this in mind. Whatever are the dates of interest, they are always supposed to be the hidden transactions. Okay. So what will be the order of solving the question? First, on 1st January, we will record opening balance. Then on 31st March, we will record interest received. Then we will record 1st April, then we'll record 1st September. Then again on 30th September, we will record interest received. Then we will record 1st December, then we will record 31st December. Okay, once again, 1st January, 31st March, 1st April, 1st September, 30th September, 1st December, 31st December. These 7 transactions are to be recorded. All of you make the format of this investment account. The name will be, instead of investment account, you'll be writing, okay, instead of investment account, you all will be writing 6% debentures of ABB Limited account. 6% debentures of ABB Limited account. And also one more thing, we are making it in whose books, you must be mentioning that, and you must be mentioning the dates of interest also in bracket. So all of you first write down in the books of Mr. Vinod. In the books of Mr. Vinod. First you write in the books of Mr. Vinod. Within that, now you give the heading 6% debentures of ABB Limited account, and thereafter you write the dates of interest in bracket. Okay, in bracket you mention the dates of interest. Dates of interest are 31st March and 30 September. Okay, 31st March and 30th September. These vital details, important details, we shall be writing it in all the questions. Which all important details? In whose books you are making the account, name of the investment account, and the dates of interest. So give this heading, and then one more important thing to be noted here is investment account will be very small account. Make investment account around 12 to 15 lines. That's it. Workings will be very huge in number. Every transaction will have one working. So if I discuss that there are 7 transactions, minimum 7 workings will be there. Minimum, more than 7 are possible, but not less. Because every transaction will have one working. So throughout this chapter, this is the complicacy, that investment account itself is very small, 10, 12, 15 lines maximum. But workings will be 3 to 4 pages in number. I repeat, workings will be 3 to 4 pages in number. Main account very small, workings very big. And without the workings, you cannot solve it. So make the format for around 12 to 15 lines for this investment account. Then we start solving the question. And keep in mind, every transaction will have its own one working. So minimum 7 transactions means minimum 7 workings are going to be there. Pause the video and make this format. I hope you all have done the format. So let us now record this. Be attentive. Very first, on 1/1/20, 406% debentures of 100 each of ABB Limited were held as investments by Mr. Vinod at a cost of 36,400. Now, as we discussed, 1/1/20 they were held means it's the opening balance. Opening balance will come on the debit side. All of you write on 1/4/20 to balance brought down. Now, what did we discuss? In nominal value, you'll record the face value. What is the face value? 400 debentures are there. Face value is 100. So 400 into 100, 40,000. Now, what did we discuss in the summary? That in interest column will record the outstanding interest. What did we discuss in the summary? In opening balance, outstanding interest will be shown in interest column. So here we are going to show outstanding interest. Now understand this workings. As I said to you, for every transaction there is going to be a working. So first working we make on 1/1/20 opening balance date. What working do we make for outstanding interest? Now, how do you calculate this for outstanding interest? Understand it. Listen carefully. Before 1/1/20, when the interest would have been received out of these 2 due dates, 31st March and 30th September, listen carefully and think about it. Before 1st January, when would the last interest have been received? Before 1st January. 31st March or 30th September? 30th September. 31st March will come after 1st January. So before 1st January, last interest would have been received on which date? 30th September 2019. And we are now having opening balance on 1st January 2020. So can I say last year we received the interest in September, means October, November, December, 3 months interest is outstanding. If you are closing your books of accounts on 31st December, in the last year, you received the interest on 30th September, you close your books of account on 31st December, means in the last year, October, November, December, 3 months interest is outstanding. How would you count that 3 months interest? 100 into, what is the rate of interest? 6%. 6% into 3 months is outstanding, so 3 by 12. 100 into 6% into 3 by 12. So that comes to 1.5. Count it everyone. 100 into 6% into 3 divided by 12. Does that come to 1.5 or not? Now you multiply it with number of debentures. How many debentures are there in the opening balance? 400 debentures are there in the opening balance. So 400 into 1.5, 600 rupees can I say is outstanding interest. Okay. Every working will be done with the same pattern so that you don't get confused. I repeat, each and every working I will be doing in the same pattern so that you don't get confused. Okay. Before 1st January, what due date of interest will fall? 30th September or 31st March? 30th September. So 30th September to 1st January, 3 months interest is outstanding. First, you always count all the interests on 100 rupees, same pattern, face value. So 100 into 6% interest is there in the investments what we have made, into 3 months interest, 3 by 12, 1.5. In opening balance, there are 400 debentures. So what would be outstanding interest? 1.5 into 400, 600. In outstanding interest column, all of you write down interest column 600. Now what is the cost or capital directly given in the question? Read it. They were held as investments by Mr. Vinod at a cost of 36,400. Cost is directly given 36,400. First transaction out of the 7 transactions has been recorded. Let us go to the next one. Now see, what did we insert in between 31st March? All of you see that what did we insert in between 31st March? Because after 1st January, 31st March will fall, then we will record 1st April's transaction. So now we will record 31st March transaction. What is that? Interest received. Okay, what is that hidden transaction on 31st March? Interest received. Now, on the due date, you will always receive interest for full 6 months, what we have discussed. But otherwise also you can count it. Before 31st March, the interest would have been received on 30th September. Okay, last interest would have been received on 30th September. So 30th September to 31st March, on the due date, you will receive how many months interest? 6 months. As I said, first count on 100. 100 into 6% into 6 by 12, that is 3 rupees, into, by this date, see the investment account. By this date, you have how many debentures with you? 40,000 divided by 100. Only 400 debentures you have with you. 40,000 is the nominal value. So what is the number of debentures you have on this 31st March on which you would be receiving the interest? 40,000 divided by 100. On the due date of this interest, you have 400 debentures with you. So what interest would you receive? 1200. See, we are following the same pattern everywhere. Can you see that? So 1200 interest received. PP, purchase profit debit side, everything else credit side. So this interest received on 31st March will also come on credit side. I repeat, PP, purchase and profit debit side, everything else on credit side. So on this 31st March 2020, interest received will also come on credit side by bank account. Directly in interest column, what did we calculate? 1200. Directly in interest column 1200. No amount will come in nominal value, no amount will come in cost or capital. So second transaction with its calculation has also been recorded. Now we go to the third one. Okay, first recorded, second recorded, now third one. On 1st April 2020, rupees 8,000 of such debentures were purchased by Mr. Vinod at 98 each, come interest, so we have to find X interest price. Now, how will we make the workings at the time of purchase? Understand it. 1st April 2020. First, we will again count interest. Now, before 1st April, when did we receive the interest? Just now on 31st March, we received the interest. Before 1st April, out of the two due dates, 31st March and 30th September, before 1st April, which date will fall? This 31st March itself. So 31st March to 1st April, can I say is 0 months? No period has become due. Just 1 day has passed. That's it. After 31st March, 1st April means you received the interest just 1 day ago only. So now you are not going to or entitled to receive any interest on this date. Means what is the interest element? Nil. Now how do you find the X interest price? Come interest price minus interest element. Come interest price is given as 98 rupees. However, here the interest element is nil. So can I say 98 itself is the X interest price? Because 31st March to 1st April, you are not going to receive any interest. So if you are buying investments from anyone on 1st April, you are not supposed to pay him any interest because the seller has received the interest just 1 day ago only. So you are not supposed to pay him anything. Means your come interest price is as good as X interest price. Now, how many debentures are purchased? 88,000 divided by 180. So 98 rupees is X interest price into 80 debentures. Do it everyone. 98 is X interest price into 80 debentures. What is your X interest price? 7840. Okay, X interest price 7840. But we will also add brokerage as I discussed. Brokerage will be added when you purchase, subtracted when you sell. So in this we will add brokerage. Now what is given in the question? That brokerage is 0.1% of nominal value. And nominal value is 8,000 of this debentures. So 8,000 nominal value of debentures into 0.1% brokerage. Okay, nominal value 8,000 into 0.1% brokerage. What will be the brokerage amount? 8 rupees only. Okay, 8 rupees only. So 7840 plus 8. What is the total cost of investments for us? 7848. This we will record in cost or capital column. So how will we make the entry? PP, purchase and profit on debit side. Here we are purchasing, so debit side. Okay, just one correction. Opening balance was on 1120. Now 1420 to bank account for purchase of investments. PP, purchase and profit debit side. What is the nominal value of debentures purchased? 8,000. What is the interest we calculated in the working note? 3, nil. No interest becomes due. And what will you record in cost or capital column as we have calculated? 7848. Including brokerage, we have to write X interest price, but including brokerage, 7848. So third transaction also is recorded. Now we go to the fourth transaction on 1st September. So every transaction will have its own working. Keep this in mind. Okay. On 1st September 2020, rupees 12,000 of debentures were sold at 96 X interest. Same pattern we will follow. 1st September 2020. First you count interest. All workings same pattern. How do you count interest from the last due date till this date of buy or sell? Last due date was 31st March till 1st September. Now 31st March means April onwards, and 1st September means September won't be included till August. April, May, June, July, August, 5 months. 5 months interest we will count 100 into 6% into 5 by 12. 2.5. Okay, count it. 100 into 6% into 5 by 12. That comes to 2.5. multiplied by 2.5 multiplied by how many debentures are purchased or sold here? 120. Okay, now 120 debentures are sold. So what would be the interest amount? 2.5 into 120, 300. 300 of interest will come in interest column. Now we always have to record X interest price. If directly given, well and good. Otherwise, whatever is the come interest price, from that you minus interest and get X interest price. However, here X interest price is directly given 96 rupees. So directly you'll record 96 rupees X interest price into same 120 debentures. So 96 into 120, what would be the X interest price? 11520. Now when you are selling it, now you are purchasing it or selling it? Now we are selling it. When we are selling it, we have to minus the brokerage. When we are selling it, when we are buying it, we'll add the brokerage. When we are selling it, we will minus the brokerage. Brokerage, we have to count 0.1% of nominal value. Here nominal value is 12,000 rupees. So 12,000 into 0.1% brokerage. Okay, 12,000 into 0.1% brokerage. That comes to 12 rupees. That we will minus. So 11508. 11520 minus 12 rupees would be equal to how much? 11520 minus 12 would be equal to 11508. We can say this is the selling price. Now what did we discuss in the summary last point? Whenever we sell the investments, whenever investments are sold, weighted average cost will be calculated, total of debit side cost minus credit side cost upon number of securities debit minus number of securities credit into number of securities sold to find the profit or loss. Okay, when you are purchasing the investments, only this much working. But when you are selling the investments, further we have to find cost and profit also. So how will you find this cost and profit? Total of investments debit side, cost column, 36,400 plus 7848. 36,400 plus 7848 minus. Do we have any amount in capital column in credit side? No. So nil. Upon number of securities on debit side. 40,000 means 40,000 divided by 100, 400 plus this 8,000 divided by 100, you all can say 80 debentures on the debit side minus credit side. We have no nominal value, means no debentures are sold so far, so nil, multiplied by, okay, what did we discuss? Multiplied by the number of debentures sold. Here 12,000 means 120 debentures are sold, so multiplied by 120. I repeat it one more time. Total of cost debit column 36,400 plus 7848 minus credit column nil. Divide by number of debentures debit column 40,000 divided by 100, 400 plus 8,000 divided by 100, 80 minus number of debentures in credit side nil, multiplied by how many debentures are sold in this transaction? 120. 12,000 means 120. So count it everyone. Denominator 400 plus 80 is 480. First do the denominator. 400 plus 80 is 480. So 36,400 plus 7848 minus nil means directly you can divide by 480 into 120. 1106, 1.9 means you can say 11062. What is the cost of these debentures which we are selling? Weighted average cost of these debentures 11062. So 11508 minus 11062. What is the profit? 446. Why profit? Selling price is more than the cost price. So 446 is our profit. Okay. So if there is a purchase, okay, keep it in mind, if there is a purchase, then your workings will end at X interest price or cost. But if there is a sale transaction, then after X interest price and selling price, you will find cost price also and profit or loss also. These two things will be worked out whenever you sell any security. Now let us record this. Sale means we'll record on the credit side PP, purchase profit debit side, everything else on credit side. So on credit side, 1st September 2020 by bank account. Nominal value, face value, 12,000 is the face value of debentures sold. Interest column, see in the workings what interest did we calculate? 300. In the interest column, all of you see in the workings on 1st September, the interest we have calculated is 300. Cost or capital, you'll record the selling price. Basically X interest price, but here X interest price after deducting the brokerage is 11508. That is your selling price. So in cost or capital column 11508. And then PP, purchase and profit debit side. So profit will come on debit side 446 rupees. Okay, profit will come on debit side 1st September 22 profit and loss account in bracket profit. Directly in the cost or capital column you'll record the profit of 446. Okay, directly in the cost or capital column you'll record the profit of 446. Once again I repeat, credit side we are selling it, so credit side PP, purchase and profit debit side, sale will come on the credit side by bank account. What is the nominal value? 12,000. What is the interest we calculated as interest element? 300. In capital column you'll record the X interest price, but after deducting brokerage 11,508, and profit will come separately on the debit side. Okay, PP, purchase profit, so profit debit side, had it been sold at loss it would come on credit side. Now after 1st September, which is the next transaction, okay, I'm erasing it a little bit so that it doesn't become confusing. Many things are entered by now. Okay, see this, on 1st September, then 30th September. After 1st September, next transaction would be 30th September, return transaction. What happens on 30th September? We are going to receive interest. So next workings, all of you write down, 5th workings. Every transaction I told you will have one working. I told you workings will be 3 to 4 pages. So 30th September 2020. First of all, interest. In fact, it is the due date of interest only. Before 30th September, when did we receive the interest? 31st March. Before 30th September, last interest was paid by the company on which date? 31st March. So 31st March to 30th September, on the due date, we are going to receive the interest for full 6 months. So 100 into 6% into 6 by 12. That is 3 rupees multiplied by, now see in the investment account, on this date how many debentures do you have? See on this date how many debentures do you have? 400, 40,000 divided by 100, 400 plus 8480 minus 120. We have sold 120 on 1st September. So on 30th September, we are left out with only 360 debentures on which we would get interest. Okay, as I said, company would pay the interest on the due date to the respective debenture holder. So this 120 debenture holder, whosoever has purchased from us, he will get the interest on 30th September. Okay, we will be getting interest on 400 plus 80 minus 120, 360 debentures only. How is this 360 obtained? 400 on debit side plus 80 minus 120 we have sold. So now we will get interest only on 360 debentures. What is 360 into 30? 1080. So we will be earning interest of what amount? 1080. PP, purchase profit debit side, everything else credit side. So on 30th September 2020, interest received will be recorded on credit side by bank account directly in interest column 1080. Directly in interest column 1080. So every transaction has its own working. Now 1st December. On 1st December 2020, rupees 16,000 debentures are again sold. Sold means this lengthy calculation again. Interest, X interest price, cost and profit. Okay. They are sold at rupees 99, again come interest, so even X interest price we will have to find. Let us make the workings now. 6th working. 1st September 2000, not 1st September, sorry, 1st December. 1st September is already done. 1st December. 1st December 2020. first interest. Before 1st December, when did we receive the interest? Just now on 30th September. So 30th September to 1st December. October and November. December won't be included because it's 1st December. So only October and November, 2 months interest will be received. Count 2 months interest, same pattern for every working so that you don't get confused. 100 into 6% into 2 by 12. 1 rupee. 100 into 6% into 2 by 12, that is 1 rupee of interest will be received, multiplied by. Now see how many debentures are here purchased or sold. Rupees 20,000 means 200 debentures are sorry, rupees 16,000 means 160 debentures are sold. So into 160 debentures, that would be equal to rupees 160 itself. This interest amount will come in which column? Interest column. Now we are always interested in finding X interest price. Okay, we are always interested in finding X interest price. Are we given directly? No, we are given cum interest 99. Cum interest 99 is given, so minus the interest. What interest? 1 rupee. So we can say X interest price is rupees 98 multiplied by 160 debentures are sold. So what would be the X interest price overall? 98 rupees into 160 debentures, that is 15680. I repeat it again. We are given with cum interest price 99. First we'll minus the interest of 1 rupee. So X interest would be 98 into 160 debentures are sold. So 15680 is X interest price. Now since we are selling it brokerage, we will minus. Purchase means you add brokerage and sale means you will minus. Brokerage is 0.1% of nominal value. Nominal value is 16,000. So 16,000 into 0.1%. Okay, do it everyone. 16,000 into 0.1%. 16 rupees is the brokerage. 15680. 15680 minus 16. 15664 would be the selling price. That will come in capital or cost column. Now because we are selling it, we'll find cost and profit also. If you are purchasing it, your workings are over at this stage. Okay, after the X interest price, your workings are over if you are purchasing. But if you are selling, then you will find cost and profit also. Weighted average cost, how do you find? Total of debit side. Debit side means 36,400 plus 7,848 plus 446. Total of capital column debit side. So 36,400 plus 7,848 plus 446 minus total of credit side. In credit side, only one amount is there in cost or capital column, 11,508. Remember, debit minus credit. Divide by number of securities debit side minus credit side. So number of securities debit side 400 plus 80. 4,000 divided by 100, 400. 8,000 divided by 100, 80. 400 plus 80 minus credit side. This 12,000 is there now on credit side. So 12,000 divided by 100. 120 we will minus. Multiplied by how many debentures are sold? 160. I repeat, what is the formula to calculate the weighted average cost? Total of debit side capital column minus credit side capital column upon number of securities on debit side minus number of securities on credit side into number of securities sold. First calculate the denominator. What is 400 plus 80 minus 120? Denominator, this denominator is 360. Now you calculate the numerator. 36,400 plus 7,848 plus 446 minus 11508. Divide by 360 into 160. So that comes to 14749.33, means we'll round it off to 14749. Again, your selling price is more, 15664. So 15664 minus 14749, that is 915 rupees. That is your profit. Selling price is more means it is your profit. So this lengthy working is to be done whenever investments are sold. Now sold means we will write on credit side. So all of you write down on credit side 1st December 2020 by bank account. Nominal value 16,000. Interest column, what is the interest we calculated in the workings? 160. So interest will come 160. Then in capital column we'll record the X interest price after deducting brokerage. So that selling price comes to 15664. That will come in the capital column 15664. Then profit of 915 will come on the debit side. Okay. So profit of 915 on the debit side. 1st December 2020. 1st December 2020 to profit and loss account, in bracket again profit, directly in the last column, profit of 915 rupees. So all of it down in profit, last column 915. So this transaction is also completely recorded 1st December. Now on 31st December, rupees 20,000 debentures were, thank God, purchased. Purchase means smaller workings. Okay. So I told you workings will be 3-4 pages. 31st December 2020. First again we will count interest. Before 31st December, when was the interest paid? 30th September. So 30th September to 31st December. Interest will be calculated for 3 months, October, November, December. 31st December means December will also be included. 100 into 6% into 3 by 12. 1.5 is the interest multiplied by. How many debentures are purchased on 31st December? 20,000 means 200 debentures are purchased. Okay, rupees 20,000 means 200 debentures are purchased. So 200 into 1.5, 300 will come in the interest column. Now we always record at a X interest price. In cost or capital column, we always write X interest price. Is X interest price directly given? Yes. 95 rupees of X interest price is directly given. So 95 into 200 debentures are purchased. 95 into 200 debentures. 19,000 is the X interest price. Now we are purchasing, so we will add the brokerage. Okay, now we are purchasing, so we will add the brokerage. 0.1% of nominal value. Nominal value here is 20,000 rupees. So 20,000 nominal value into 0.1% must be 20 rupees. 20,000 into 0.1%, that is 20 rupees. Means what is the total cost of this investments for us? 19,020. Purchasing means only this much working is to be done. So PP, purchase and profit, we write on debit side, means purchase will be recorded on debit side 31/12/20 to bank account. Okay, purchasing again will record on debit side 31/12/20 to bank account. Now to bank account, in nominal value 20,000 of debentures are purchased. In interest column we will record what amount we calculated in the last workings for interest, 300 rupees. In interest column 300 rupees. Then in cost or capital column, after adding the brokerage, 19,020. So in cost or capital column, what will we record? 19020. So this is also recorded. All the 7 transactions are done. Now we have to do the balancing. Okay. What did we discuss about the balancing? First we will do in nominal value column. So first all of you do nominal value debit side total. 40,000 plus 8,000 plus 20,000. 68,000. Write it on both the sides. Okay, I discussed this with you in the last lecture. 68,000 minus 12,000 credit side amounts minus 6,000. Balance is 40,000. So all of you write down 40,000. 31st December 2020. Okay, the date of closing balance is 31st December 2020. By balance carried down. Now this is the first step. Then what did I tell you? On this amount itself we'll count the outstanding interest. So 31st December, one more working will be done for outstanding interest. Working note 8. I told you minimum 7 workings will be there. 31st December, again interest. Before 31st December, like we calculated in opening balance outstanding interest, same way now we calculate on closing balance outstanding interest. Before 31st December, we received the interest on 30th September. So 30th September to 31st December, we can say 3 months, October, November, December, interest is outstanding. 100 into 6% into 3 by 12, 1.5 rupees. And how many debentures are there? 40,000 means 40,000 divided by 100. 400 debentures are there at the end of the year with us. Okay, 40,000 divided by 100. 400 debentures are there at the end of the year with us. So how much interest is outstanding on those 400 debentures? 600. That 600 will come in interest column. Now cost or capital column. Now for cost or capital column, we discussed that we'll always record the investments at cost price or market price, whichever is less. So 9th workings will be done again on 31st December 20 for calculating cost price or market price, whichever is less. What did I tell you? Cost price is total of debit side minus total of credit side. So do it everyone. Capital column. What is the total amount of debit side? Cost column 36,400 plus 7,848 plus 446 plus 915 plus 19020. 64629. Total of debit side is 64629 minus credit side 11508 plus 15664. Total of credit side is 27172. 27172. Do it everyone. 64629 minus 27172, that is 37457. What is the cost of investments left out with us? 37457. Always, how will you find this cost of investment? Total of debit cost column minus total of credit cost column. Now market price. Just now we discussed how many debentures are left out with us. 40,000 means 400 debentures are left out with us. And market price is given 97.5 rupees in the last paragraph. 400 debentures are left out with us into its market price is 97.5. Do it. 400 debentures into market price 97.5. We get 39,000. Now we always record the investments at cost price or market price, whichever is less. Here which one is less? Cost price is less. Well and good. What did I tell you? If cost price is less, then directly record the cost price 37457. We always record at cost price or market price, whichever is less. Cost price is less, 37457. We'll directly record that. I told you if market price was less, then again loss will also be recorded on credit side. That's why I left one line in between over here. So that in case if there is a loss, we can record it over here. But here cost price is less, so directly we record the cost price 37457. Now total of both the sides would come same. We have already done. Total of debit was coming 64629. So both the sides you will get 64629. Cross check that. Okay. Both the sides you get 64629. So even nominal values and cost of capital's balancing is. Then I told you Interest credit side would always be more, and debit side the balancing figure you'll transfer to P&L account. See, interest account credit side amount 1200 plus 300 plus 1080 plus 160 plus 600. Credit side is 3340. Same amount you write on both the sides, 3340. Now from that you minus 600 minus 300, debit side amounts. So 2440 will remain. This 2440 remaining on debit side on 31st December 2020 year ending will transfer it to profit and loss account, in bracket balancing figure. Okay, so this is how the complete investment account is to be made. It will require some practice, so I'll advise you that you try with the examinations, paper set questions, little bit practice on your own so as to get confident with the same. More practice in the video lecture we'll do in the next one. That'll be all for this lecture. Bye everyone. Take care. See you in the next lecture.